On his first day in office, President Joe Biden signed an executive order to protect LGBTQ+ people, which will prohibit medical discrimination against queer and trans people. The order includes a clause that scraps former President Donald Trump's legal definition of gender as biological sex, or the gender someone was assigned at birth. In the coming weeks, the White House said Biden also plans to overturn the transgender military ban put in place in 2017 by former President Donald Trump. What's more, within hours of taking office, the White House contact sheet was updated to ask for people's pronouns, giving the options she, he, they, and other. The moves reflect promises Biden made on the campaign trail to bolster protections for LGBTQ+ people in the United States by undoing various policies passed by the Trump administration. Read more: Why a UK ruling on gender-affirming care for kids could impact youth in the US. Threatening access to treatment, Donald Trump and Mike Pence have given hate against LGBTQ+ individuals safe harbor and rolled back critical protections for the LGBTQ+ community, Biden's campaign website reads. As president, Biden will stand with the LGBTQ+ community to ensure America finally lives up to the promise on which it was founded: equality for all. The Human Rights Campaign, one of the largest LGBTQ+ organizations in the country, said the Trump administration took numerous, unprecedented steps against queer and trans people in the United States. The administration's anti-LGBTQ measures included a policy allowing homeless shelters and hospitals to turn away transgender people and letting federally funded adoption agencies reject queer couples. These protections for trans people were revoked shortly before the start of the pandemic, which has disproportionately impacted LGBTQ+ people. There were some limits. In June 2020, the Supreme Court issued a decision protecting LGBTQ+ people under the 1964 Civil Rights Act, chalking with the Trump administration's policy. Biden's moves today reinforce the court's verdict, and promise to go further. Biden's first executive order prevents housing and employment discrimination on the basis of someone's gender identity or sexuality. The legislation includes a clause that protects trans students from discrimination at school for using the restroom or locker room of the gender they are, rather than the one they were assigned. It means Title X, a law that bans gender-based discrimination, now includes trans students. As such, Biden has scrapped Trump's definition of gender as biological sex. In 2018, Trump passed a measure through the U.S. Health and Human Services Department that erased trans people from Title X by stating that a person's gender was assigned at birth. That made it legal to ban trans athletes from competing on high school and collegiate sports teams, and for schools to prohibit trans students from using the proper restrooms.